Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Pope's Who Channel and the Guitar Ladder System. Hey, this is an Epiphone Joe Pass. The guy I got it from has a lot of guitars. He's a great player. That's why a lot of stuff I get is special, because I buy from players and people that have a good eye and a good ear to buy something good in the first place. This seems like an older one to me. I'd have to look up the date, but I think it's probably made in the 90s. It really has a sound. I can go like $649 on this one. It comes with a case, the used case. I really prefer wire transfer. If you want, you can just send me a check or something through, post office priority mail. It'll only cost you a couple bucks, and then it will get to me in a couple, 2 or 3 days. I really don't want to use PayPal. I don't really like PayPal anymore. They've gotten too big. They've gotten too sloppy. Anyway, this is really a nice guitar. The more I'm playing it, it's starting to even open up more. It kind of has a lot of Gibson in it. I'm just using a solid state amp. Hey, let's do cycle one in the Guitar Ladder System. This is a perfect time to invest $199 in the Guitar Ladder System. You can buy it at stevezookguitars.com. Just scroll down. You do not need to be a member of PayPal, but you can order my system through that PayPal. I don't mind doing small deals through the PayPal. But the thing is, every guitar is a little bit different. This one really sings out. It's not BS. It's got a beautiful flame back, kind of aged binding. It's got the acoustic tone is starting to sound better too, which is a really good sign. But it plays great. It's got a nice setup. But yeah, if you just really want, you're going to get out of the guitar what you put into it. But the situation is, if you put the wrong kind of stuff into, you're going to waste years and years and years and years of time and not make much progress. So you need to seed the subconscious mind. Look at it like conscious mind, middle ground, subconscious. You need a way to transfer from the conscious to the subconscious. And when you seed the subconscious mind, it's like planting seeds in good soil, and that's what the Guitar Ladder System does. I studied with Joe Pass, Ted Green, Tony Rizzi, Horace Hatchett 4 or 5 times when I was a young man. Horace Hatchett taught Howard Roberts how to play. But all these great players have agreed and all said that it's the chordal improvisation that really builds your musical ear and will really, help you take a quantum leap. And it's simple. That's one of the reasons it works. We don't clutter up the subconscious mind with a bunch of formulas and a bunch of in a box type stuff. Your subconscious mind is so powerful. It doesn't need a bunch of cute little formulas to grow and learn about music and tension and resolution and the 10 different systems of improvisation. So my suggestion is, if you just want to make a lot of progress, it's about 100 studies. Yeah, if you put SZ99877 in the comment box, I'll include some bonus material down the road. You kind of need to have a foundation first, though. If you don't see the comment box, just email that to me. But yeah, if you really love guitar, and by the way, the Guitar Ladder System is not just for jazz improvisation. It's an improvisational tool that will help any style. I play flamenco style stuff. I do kind of Michael Hedges style alter tuning solo acoustic. I've got a killer lead solo I did with Darren Vegas in the studio, who produced Tupac, and he's worked with a bunch of top people. He does all kinds of music, but he does a lot of hip hop. He used to be the top producer for Death Row Records. If you want to hear that lead guitar solo, it's kind of in the style like Joe Satriani or Eric Johnson. It's my best lead solo I've ever done in the studio. Just go to stevezook1.bandcamp.com or just Google Steve Zook, Bandcamp. But it's Steve Zook 1 and then a dot, not D-O-T, a dot. See, stevezook1.bandcamp.com or just Google Steve Zook Bandcamp. Check out my lead solo in Journey in Time. I'm really proud of it. I worked hard on it, and then I just kind of let go in the universe. But cycle 1 is this. And with my Guitar Ladder System, I don't go into long, excruciating details about each cycle. That just slows down your growth. It's not necessary. You don't need to analyze my studies. You just need to play them and just let them sink into your subconscious mind. Now, study 2, we add a little shading with the major 13, flat 5. And then when you find something that works, you kind of cycle it. I like the minor 9 to a major 13 flat 5, and then I go to a 9 form, and then. But the chordal studies in the guitar ladder system, here's another one. They're all a little different. They're all going to wake up. Some of them teach you about partials. This guitar is nice though. I mean, I always miss my Joe Passes when I sell them. I don't buy them unless they really have the sound, because I've said this a million times, it's really true. You players out there that have been playing for over 30 years know I'm talking the truth here. The great guitars are few and far between, but this one really sings. I really love it. It's kind of got a lot of Gibson in the sound. Great setup. Really easy to play. The other night I was doing one of my augmented studies. That chord, that's the augmented, kind of wants to go to the 7 sharp 5, sharp 9 chord. Bottom line, we have the time right now, folks. Why not use this time to an advantage? A year from now, you could be making, you could be way, 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 way ahead. And the guitar ladder system is something that actually feeds the musical ear. It feeds the musical mind. It will help you discover talent you don't know that you even have. And that's not pie in the sky marketing hype BS. It's true. I've been teaching guitar over 40 years, and the progress I've seen with my students has been unbelievable. And the emails I get from my customers, I've sold over 9,000 courses. The emails I get are just incredible. People have been playing forever, and now they're finally starting to write and compose. But it's really important, according to the science of neuroplasticity, not to focus on results. Don't be so results oriented. Just do the studies. Don't think about it. Don't try to put it in a box. Don't suck it into your left brain. Don't suck it into your conscious mind. Let it flow into your subconscious mind, just like water going into sand, and you'll make some massive progress. But it's really important to learn about the 10 systems of improvisation, but we do it in a very organic, simple fashion. I don't get into a big long rap about it. It's not necessary. Your subconscious mind records everything that you do, and what we're doing is we're building a folder. It's almost like we're building, a guitar instruction folder in your subconscious mind. That's what we're doing, because it's going to record all these studies, and you could be sleeping and your mind is comparing study 1 to study 12 and study 8 to study 100. And I don't always go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, by the way. But anyway, hey, this guitar is available. It comes with a case. I'll go $649. I don't want to negotiate. I work really hard to find great guitars, and the cheapest guitars and always the best value. This one really has a sound. And just plays beautiful. It's got a nice low action. Might even be too low for some, but it plays great. And the more I've been playing it, it's been the acoustic tone's been opening up. It's a lot of guitar, not just a lot of guitar for the money. It's just a very high. If you find a really great Joe Pass, which is hard to do, by the way, they punch way, way above their price point if you can find a good one. But it's not easy to find a good one. Even Chet Atkins said that, But this one sounds just beautiful. Sounds great on the. No, I barely have any. I barely have any volume on my amp because I'm trying to be a good neighbor, but and I'm just using a little cheap $80 recorder. But as you can hear, the jazz sound is just beautiful, really clean. I'm not very warmed up, but you can hear that tone. And then, as you can hear this pickup. Yeah, the thing is, if you just keep playing guitar, that's the funny thing about guitar. It's the easiest thing just to mess around on. But if you just spend even an hour a day on the guitar ladder system studies, you're going to make a huge amount of progress in the way you understand music, because you're going to learn chord families and how chords go together. And if you want to get into chord melody, this is a must-have. And this is not just a jazz guitar course. I mean, it's gonna wake up your musical ear. You're gonna discover your own musical point of view. You're gonna reflect artists that you like, obviously. But it's really a very simple thing. Sometimes I think it confuses people because of the simplicity of it. But according to the science of neuroplasticity, that's one of the reasons that it works, is because we're trusting the giant called your subconscious mind to assimilate everything. I mean, you're going to make simple observations like major 7 connects diminish with common tones and smooth voice leading, things like that. But it's not necessary. It's not necessary to analyze the cycles. You just do them, and you'll learn about common tone improvisation, symmetry, intervallic, diatonic, all kinds of stuff. But diatonic harmony only takes you so far, and I've had people that are stuck on diatonic harmony, and they've sent me their CDs. They sound really stiff and really predictable. The whole thing is to bring out your own unique musical ideas, not be so predictable. Kind of put your own spin on things. Like you said, you're going to reflect people you love. Like I love Michael Hedges. I love Joe Pass. I study with Joe Pass. But the main thing is, $199. I've had people drive a couple hundred miles to take lessons from me for $100. So I mean, it's thousands of dollars of info for only $199. If something's resonating here, if you just love guitar, if you'd really like to really make some huge progress. But here's the funny thing, according to the science of neuroplasticity, you'll make more progress if you don't focus on progress and you're not results oriented. You're just more like on purpose. And just stay in the here and now, stay positive, don't analyze what you're doing, just do the studies. I don't send them all at once. It's not effective that way. I send one and then you email me a week later or 2 weeks or whatever for another one. And I do the bonus material down the road a little bit. But the main thing is you need to build up your musical ear to discover your own musical talent. We all have more musical talent than we think we do, but you need to bring it out. I've had students with very, very little musical talent that took an absolute quantum leap. It was just amazing. We both kind of like, whoa, scratch our heads, When it's like putting a seed in really good soil, or like musical steroids. It really works, folks. I mean, this is something that I've got 35 years into, and it was because of the strong results of my students that I developed this. So if you can afford $199, my advice is don't overthink it. Just go to stevezookguitars.com, order the system. I can send a sample, but I'd almost rather you just order the system. But it's really powerful stuff. My email is stevezook7, not spelled out, 7, just 7 at yahoo.com. But if you love guitar and something's resonating, if you want to check out some of my music, go to stevezook, the number 1, and then dot, not D-O-T, bandcamp.com. You can read the review of my CD. Just go to Vintage Guitar Magazine, put Steve Zook in the search. That's vintageguitar.com. Put Steve Zook in the search. You'll be able to tell, I've got credibility. I know what I'm doing. If you really love guitar and you really want to discover your deepest, most magical talent and musical ideas, invest the $199 in the Guitar Ladder system. It's going to work for you. I know what I'm doing. It's not bullshit. Anyway, but yeah, this guitar, I'll go $649. Comes with a case. It just sounds beautiful. I love this thing. See, it's musical. Some Joe Pass guitars, they just don't ring out. I'm not very warmed up. But yeah, guitar is a funny thing because it's the easiest thing just to mess around on, but even if you can just put an hour a day in the Guitar Ladder system, you're going to make huge results. Again, according to the science of neuroplasticity, don't focus on results. I know it's a paradox, but it's really true. But you just have, if you work the right studies on guitar, it just opens up your musical ear. You'll learn the 10 different systems of improvisation. You'll find yourself noodling. All of a sudden, it's different with everybody. Some people find this happens in a few weeks, couple months. It's different for everybody. But all of a sudden you'll be noodling and you'll come up with some idea that's really cool that you've never done. You're like, wow, where'd that come from? It's because your subconscious, you're creating a musical folder. You're creating, neural pathways and kind of like, it's like neuroscience. You're actually creating a folder in your subconscious mind, and then that folder stores all these studies, and then it starts to compare and contrast on a subconscious level. It really works. You know, Pat Metheny calls it progressive learning. It really works. You know, you can't. Art is different than like rebuilding a car engine or something where it's step 1 through 50 or whatever it might be. Music is different. You have to kind of let go. You have to kind of let go of the control. You have to trust. You have to trust your powerful subconscious mind. But my guitar ladder system will work for you. So anyway, if you really want to make some growth and you have the time right now, just don't overthink it. Something resonates with you and you're kind of feeling the urge, go for it. You know, just go to stevezookguitars.com, invest in $199. You're really going to be glad that you did. Again, here's Cycle 1. By the way, Cycle 1 works really nice in Satin Doll, by the way. Turn around. And it's hard for me to stick with one thing because, I want to improvise. And I love the minor 7 to the 13 flat 5. Isn't that nice? Anyway, this guitar is available. It sounds like a high-end Gibson to me. I mean, some of these, I studied with Ted Green for a while. He had one kind of like this. It just sounded unreal. If you can find a good Joe Pass, which is not easy to do, and that's not BS, some of them just punch way, way, way above their price. I've had guitars worth thousands, didn't even sound as good as this one. I'll go $649. That's worth the case. Yes, you need to pay some shipping. I'm a really, really good packer, but then it just plays beautiful. It's got a great, great setup. This is really a nice guitar. I'm always a little bum when I sell my Joe Passes, but I can't hang on to everything. It's great. Condition-wise, it looks beautiful. I think there's a little mark here where it was sitting in the guitar stand. It has a little of that kind of black gunk there. That will come off with a little cleaner. But it looks great. I mean, you might find, I don't even see any, it's got some really nice flame on the back of the neck and that center strip. This is really a well-made guitar. The neck angle is really good the way they set it into the guitar. You might find some surface level scratches or scratches on the pickguard, but this thing looks like beautiful condition. I would give it a strong 9 or so, but I mean, it is an older guitar. But it just has, and this is a solid state amp. It's just very musical, and I have hardly any volume on this. But yeah, I'll go $649 on it. I don't buy and sell a lot of guitars. I don't have a lot of time, and the ones I get are very special. It's not BS. So if you could use a great guitar and you understand that the cheapest guitar isn't always the best value, and you could just use a great guitar and $649 is in your budget, I'd love to see it go to a good home. I don't have to sell it. In fact, I'm really going to miss it because it just has a lot of bloom. It has really, the weakest part of most guitars is the mid-range and the mid-bass, and mid-bass and mid-range is weak in a lot of acoustic and archtop hollow body guitars. And most Joe Passes are kind of thin in the mid-bass and the mids. They kind of, for some reason, they don't have the bloom. So I think it has to do with how the wood is aged and how old the wood is and how much it was played. But this really has a sound. Anyway, go to stevezookguitars.com, order the guitar ladder system. You're going to really be happy with the results if you don't focus on results and just let your subconscious mind soak up the material. It really works, folks. I've had people buy my guitar ladder system that had a master's degree in music, but they're like, Steve, I can't improvise, I can't compose, I'm stuck in a box. The left brain approach doesn't work that well. So it's really important. Like I said, Pat Metheny calls it progressive learning, but we're gonna get information to your subconscious mind. It's going to process it, assimilate it, and you're going to make a quantum leap. So if any of this is resonating, my advice is don't overthink it. It's only $199. It's going to work for you. Go to stevezookguitars.com, STEVEZOOK guitars.com. Scroll down a little bit, order the guitar ladder system. You do not need to be a member of PayPal. Go for it. If you want to check me out, a little more cred, you can go to Vintage Guitar Magazine and put in Steve Zook. STEVEZOOK. Just go to vintageguitar.com, put in Steve Zook, read the review of my CD by the great writer, collector, recording engineer Stephen Stone, who mentions he's even bought some guitars from me. And if you want to hear some of my music, Steve Zook, the number 1 dot, not DOT, but a dot, bandcamp.com. I know what I'm doing, folks. Guitar ladder system, I worked my ass off on it, but the universe helped me on it. God helped me on it. It really works. If you love guitar and you want to, you really want to discover your own unique musical point of view and just get a lot better and understand the art and science of music, I suggest you invest in 199. Don't overthink it. Just go for it. It's going to work for you. Go to stevezookguitars.com, order the Guitar Ladder system. Let's make some massive progress. All right, folks, take care. Bye-bye.